Hello, babies. Is it time to sleep? Are you ready to go to your dream world? Are you tired, baby? Don't worry. It's time to rest and recover yourself for tomorrow. And tomorrow you will have so many beautiful adventures. So, if you're ready, I can read. Uh, if you're ready, I can read some stories for you. Maybe if can maybe it can help you to sleep and make you some beautiful dreams. So today the name of our book is The Little Princess. We are opening the book. So it starts. I love you, baby. Good night. Let's know Sarah. If I say her, you would like her too. Her name was Sarah, so I crave. She wasn't beautiful enough, but she was very nice. Moreover, she behaved like an adult in spite of her age. This was her most important asset. For example, when things were going wrong, she could behave as if they were okay. She never chose the wrong path. Little Sarah was living with her father in India. Her mother died during her birth. Because of this, she never saved her mother. She was missing her mother like other girls who didn't have a mother. She never showed her hidden feelings to other people. Her father, Colonel Crave, worked hard for Sarah, not only as a caring father, but like a mother as well. He brought her up in the best way. His main purpose in the life was to make Sarah always happy. Sarah was 7 years old. Here in India, she couldn't stay anymore. Her father decided to send her to England. There, in her own country, she would be educated more perfectly. But Sarah was a little girl. How could she live in a distant country without her father? Colonel Crow asked this question to himself several times. He sent lots of letters to England for Sarah's education. He chose the school. He gathered all the information about school with the help of his friends in England. When he understood that everything was good for Sarah, he booked a place for her. One evening, while they were chatting after the dinner, he told about this matter to Sarah. Soon you're going to stay with lots of girls who are at the same age as you. You will have a nice idea there. Little Sarah listened to him patiently. He didn't show any reaction. Mr. Crab was concerned about this. Little Sarah breathed deeply. Well, what do you think, Sarah? Sarah breathed deeply again. Oh, Dad, how long will I stay there? What will you do when I'm not here? Won't my absence hurt you? Mr. Colonel, after finishing your education and improving yourself, you will look after your old dad. In fact, Mr. Colonel was also very sad. To be very far away from his daughter will cause some problems, surely. But for the but for his daughter's sake, he must put up with this harsh condition. On the other hand, Sarah wasn't interested in other girls at school. She was interested in her own education. She wanted to know many things about school's education system. Sarah was very keen on reading. Despite her little age, she collected stories and fairy tales, then retold these stories to her doll, Emily. She believed that Emily could understand her, and sometimes she asked the doll if she understood her or not. When they came to London, his father brought Sarah a lot of clothes, coats, dress, skirts, hats, gloves, and etc. All those very beautiful and expensive. All the girls liked them very much, but all these nice clothes couldn't erase the sadness of Sarah because of leaving her father. Sarah craved now that she was the daughter of Solar. She should be brave. She should be strong. She was talking to herself. This is like sending him to the war. I'm very strong because I'm Soldier's daughter. On a cold and dark winter's day, they left the hotel, got into a car. They traveled a lot in the foggy streets of London. At last, they arrived to a large field. Here, there was a huge and ugly building. They got out of the car. There was a sign on the gate. Miss Michelin Private School for Young Ladies. They escorted them to a large hall. All of the furniture was shining. There was a huge clock above the fireplace. Sarah looked every way carefully. She whispered into his daughter's ears. I don't like you, Daddy. But his father gazed at her a little angrily. She couldn't say any more words. Later, the manager of the school, Miss Michelin, hurried inside. The woman looked like a rich lady. She was tall, ugly, and sore-faced. Her eyes were enormous. She looked like a dead fish. Her smile was pale. One can easily understand this. Oh, Mr. Crow, I'm so sorry I'm late. Never mind, we have just arrived, said the colonel. The woman looked at the little girl. She just smiled on the surface. She behaved in this way all the time. She behaves all the students as if she looked very friendly. She started at Sarah. Oh my God, what a beautiful girl! Sarah knew that she wasn't so beautiful. She didn't have blonde curly on the heads. Her eyes were blue. Her hair was very short and dark. She had a skinny face and enormous green eyes. Colonel Clay reserved a private room for Sarah. She will have a French servant called Marriott. The most important thing was that Sarah could get all the books whichever she wanted. She had an unlimited credit in the school management because Mr. Crave gave a lot of money for this. Mr. Crave talked to Miss Michelin about Sarah for a long time. While Sarah was waiting in the hall, he told everything about her. Sara is a very talented girl. She can learn everything easily. I also want her to play and spend time accordingly to her interests. Don't think about the money. She could feel comfortable here, please. Miss Michelin listened to him carefully and nodded slowly. I understand you, Mr. Crave. You can trust me. While she was talking, she was rubbing her hand with excitement. Mr. Crave had already given too much money, and he added that this was advance. Then he stood up and from armchair. He called Sarah and hugged her. Sarah also hugged her father. They said farewell to each other. After Mr. Crab left, Sarah went to her room immediately and locked the door. She wanted to stay alone. Miss Michelin and her fat sister Amelia stood in front of her door and they waited to hear a noise, but they couldn't hear any noise. Amelia, it's too strange. All the girls cry after their parents leave, but this girl doesn't cry. Isn't it strange? Yes, it was strange indeed, but Sarah could always behave like an adult. It is end for now, babies. You can sleep right now because it's time to sleep. You're so tired. But tomorrow we will continue in the next part of the story. Don't worry, I will be right there to tell you everything about that story. I love you, dear little babies. Good night and sweet dreams with you. Rosa is always here to help you to sleep. Bye bye.